is T with Teaquilts, and I'm here today to show you how to make a row of continuous prairie points like what's on the bottom of this embroidery block. So if you'd like to see how that is done, stay tuned. So I'm back and I'm here with my work surface, and I'm actually on top of my Brooklyn revolver just to have a raised area. And I have an ironing surface because you will need an iron as well as an ironing surface. And I'm using my little Sunbeam steam fast iron, and I just have it out of the way for right now. You will need, again, the mat. You're going to need some scissors, and if you have problems with steam burning your fingertips, these are just some silicone fingertips. If you don't have this, you can also just cut them off of some gloves that you may have, but I actually purchased these a while ago, and they're heat resistant so the steam doesn't come through. And you are going to need your fabric that you're going to make your flying geese units from. So I'm going to start with 2 pieces just for this demo. On this one, it's just a 5-inch square that I have folded in half. You want to fold in halves so you know what your line measurement is. And the length of this is determined by your block size and how much you need to cover. So you always want to figure out how much you need, and then I would add, like, say 7 or 8 inches to the end just to make sure you have enough. So you want to first press your fabric in half so you can find the center. Then once you do that, you're going to take a ruler and a marking pen, and you are going to, so since this is 5 inches and when it's folded it's 2.5, I want to mark 2.5 inches from the edge. And then I want to make a line that goes up to the fold. So I will just hold this up so you can see that, hopefully. And then on the other side, you want to offset your seam. So instead of me going in 2.5, I'm going to go in 1 1/4 on the edge. Make a mark. So now I have an offset line right here at the 1 1/4. Now I'm going to put my 2.5 line on the 1 1/4, and I'm going to mark that line. And you will continue to do that all the way down your strip set. So you can hopefully see on one side I have a line right here, and then on the opposite side I have 2 different lines. Now I've done the same thing to this strip here, and I will open it, and I have offset the 1 1/4 on this side over here. And now we are just going to cut on those lines up to the fold. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut on the line that we drew up to the fold. And we're going to cut the lines on both sides. And make sure that you do not cut on the opposite side of the line. So have one there, and then we're going to repeat it on this side. Okay, so now I have all of these lines cut. I just want to lay it so you can see everything. So you can understand where I'm going to cut next. So now on the ends where you have the two 1 1/4 inch flaps, we want to cut that off at the fold. So I'm just going to take that and just get rid of that. That is scrap. And we want to do that on both ends. Okay. So now we have our pieces without the little 1/4 inch flaps on the sides. Okay. So I'm going to actually turn this around. I don't think it makes a difference, but sometimes I do weird things because of my left-handedness. So next thing we want to do is we want to fold flying geese. So I'm going to take this top corner. I'm on the wrong side of my fabric facing up, and I want to take my flying geese and fold this edge up to the fold line, and then I'm going to press. Now it doesn't even have to be perfect because we're going to also fold again, so don't get hooked up on whether it's perfect or not. Just don't press out your fold because you're going to need that. And so we're going to do that all the way across for all of the prairie points. Again, if this is too hot, you can also use your silicone finger. I actually like it on this one a little better because I can use my pointer to get it into place, and then this one to hold it when I iron. So I can actually, I like touching stuff, feeling stuff. So yes. So we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. Bring our corners up. And we have one more. So now we've got a strip that looks something like that. And now we're going to fold down one more time. And now all of your raw edges should be along your fold line. So here are all of my raw edges down here now. And on the bottom row, we just want to bring those up to the center line. Okay. So now you got something that looks like a chevron here. And the last step is to press all of your seams up to the center mark. Or fold them down or up, however it is for you. I'm working backwards here. And then you want to do another press. And there you have your row of continuous Prairie points. And again, you would just make this strip as long as you need it if you wanted to put it into a border. On this particular block, I put it on these blocks. So let me get just a plain one without the prairie points on it. So here is the block that I want to put this one on. And so you just want to make sure that you have it slightly longer than what you need, so that you can just trim off the sides. And then what I like to do is baste 1/8 of an inch in the seam. So when I do my 1/4 inch seam, that the stitching that's holding it in place will not be shown, which is what I have here. If you want, you can put some dabs of glue to keep your points down if you want. But for right now, this is just how I'm going to leave them. I'm going to just top stitch this 1/8 of an inch from the seam, exactly like this one. So I also need one that's this size as well. That's why I was working with this one as well. But I'll do that one off camera. And if you wanted these to be bigger, say you didn't want them to be this size, then you could cut your pieces in 3-inch increments, 4-inch increments, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you double the width for your piece when you cut your strip. So whatever width you want to cut your squares into is the width. You want to double that for the width. And then just make sure you keep that increment going down. Like if you were using 3 inches, you would cut 6 inches wide, and then you would be adding in increments of 3 inches, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on, as long as your border is. And then I will always add something on at the end extra, like 1 or 2 extra prairie points, so that you know it will fit your border in the event that you lose some space. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my channel with your other quilting friends, and thank you all. Bye-bye.